sonar control, sonar technicians detect and track enemy submarines using 3 advanced sonar systems. Should the need arise for offensive action, torpedoes mates would ready and launch Mark 46 Mod 5 torpedoes from one of 2 magazines on board. Repairs to intricate systems such as tracking and communications equipment are not simple tasks, so skilled ETs, FCs, and IC men are on call 24 hours a day to perform any repairs these components may need. Defending the ship against incoming missiles and aircraft attack is the objective of CF Division. These fire controlmen maintain and operate our 2 main self-defense systems, the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System and the REM-7 Sea Sparrow. Phalanx Sea-Wiz, a fast-reaction, rapid-fire 20mm gun system, is the ship's last line of defense against anti-ship missiles and other high-speed threats. Strike warfare has become one of the U.S. Navy's highest priorities and is the primary mission of CM Division. Made up of FCs and gunners mates, CM maintains the Mark 41 vertical launch system and our 2 cruise missiles, the AGM-84 Delta Harpoon and the Tomahawk, a long-range land attack missile. The ability to carry and launch 61 of these missiles is the sole feature that designates DD-971 a strike destroyer. Regardless of the constant effort to build better and more advanced weapons, one item that the Navy hasn't overlooked and often turns to is good old-fashioned firepower. The Mark 45 5-inch 54 caliber light gun mount is the heart and soul of CG Division. These gunners mates set the standard for the Pacific Northwest in naval surface fire support, and their performance earned them a chance to end an environmental emergency. In March of 1999, the motor vessel New Carissa lay stranded off the Oregon coast, leaking the crude oil it was transporting and getting closer to the beaches every day. After several failed attempts to recover the tanker, the Ray was called in to put the ship to rest. The 2 Mark 45s fired 69 high-explosive point-detonating rounds to the ship's waterline, allowing the trapped air to escape, ultimately sinking the troublesome vessel to the ocean floor. Through the use and maintenance of 2 evaporators and a reverse osmosis unit, A Division's enginemen produced almost 1.3 million gallons of fresh water during the deployment. Additionally, A-Gang oversaw the efficient operation of all 3 AC plants to maintain a reasonable temperature throughout the ship. 2 spaces that were impossible to keep cool were the ship's main engine rooms, where average daily temperatures exceeded 110 degrees. This is where MP Division operates the ship's 4 LM2500 gas turbine engines, which produce an incredible 80,000 combined shaft horsepower and propel the ship in excess of 30 knots. The enormous amount of power required to operate these engines is provided by 3 Allison 501 K17 gas turbine generators. The other components involved in providing electricity to the ship are the 60 and 400 Hz power distribution systems. Operated and maintained by electrician mates, these supply power to a majority of shipboard systems, ranging anywhere from gun mounts to galley equipment. At sea, every member of the crew must be effectively trained in basic and advanced firefighting techniques. This constant training requires motivated and knowledgeable teachers, and this is the forte of our division. Composed of DCmen, HTs, and MRs, they're also responsible for maintaining all firefighting equipment and perform most of the major repairs to the ship, such as welding. For more intricate repairs where special components are involved, the machine repairmen are usually on the scene either replacing the parts or making them from scratch. Despite all of the advances in communication, the Navy still recognizes the value of the methods they've been using for ages. Using semaphore, flags, and flashing lights, signalmen provide visual communication with other ships during daily navigation and special evolutions. Working closely with the signalmen are the quartermasters who, through voyage planning and careful charting, ensure the safe navigation of the ship while underway and pulling in and out of port. The other half of navigation has more to do with customer service than piloting the ship. The ship's yeomen and personnelmen handle all administrative issues, such as transferring personnel, processing awards, and maintaining over 330 service records. General health care is provided by the hospital corpsmen, who are also responsible for training the entire crew in the areas of basic first aid and CPR. In the Combat Information Center, operations specialists operate radar, navigation, and communication equipment to constantly track and identify contacts. Working closely with OI are the electronic warfare specialists, who constantly monitor the electromagnetic spectrum to provide a preliminary method of self-defense against anti-ship missiles. Undoubtedly the most visible of Operations Department is 1st Division. Responsible for all deck preservation, OF constantly battles sea spray in the salty ocean air to prevent rust and prolong the life of the ship's exterior. They also oversee the coordination and performance of unreps, mooring, and small boat operations. What makes these noteworthy tasks is that they all must be fulfilled while constantly manning various bridge and lookout watches. Behind the scenes, our intelligence specialists collect and reviews incoming naval intelligence. This information must then be compiled into daily briefs and presented to personnel associated with the matters, keeping the ship informed of current situations throughout the military and around the world. If the ship receives it, the order was probably placed by S1. These SKs handle all purchase orders for the entire ship and ensure an adequate amount of supplies and spare parts are on board at all times. Cooking may not seem like the toughest job in the world, but when you're doing it for 330 hungry sailors, it definitely isn't the easiest. The MSs also coordinate and deliver first-rate receptions during many of our port visits. While out to sea, crew members could not do without a few of the vital services S3 and S4 provide. SHs operate the ship's store, laundry, and barber shop, while S4 handles pay issues and operates an onboard U.S. post office.